started in a small way. It's only in the last 5-6 years that we decided that 30% of our personal wealth will go towards philanthropy. And though by definition philanthropy is giving your money, I think if you give your life and your time, I would call that also a form of philanthropy.
For people who have the funds but don't know where to invest them, I would say that don't do it on your own. Try and find a good, credible NGO that you trust, that you know that other people are doing something with that NGO, that NGO is making an impact. You know, there are so many NGOs doing really good work that are very professionally run, but it's very difficult for them to find funders. And on the other hand, there are so many funders who are looking for credible NGOs. So if somewhere that match could take place, I think it would be great. I think a lot of what we do in business is applicable to NGOs because the NGO is also in that way a non-profit business. And so whether we look at systems and processes in our business, the same kind of questions we question at the NGO. Their IT, how are they leveraging IT as a strategic advantage? Succession planning, which we do in business, I think the same thing applies to an NGO. Impact, I mean, if we're doing something in business, you ask for impact. If you're doing something in an NGO, you have to ask for impact too. It might be a little more long term. You tend to give a little more room for error, a little more room for impact to be achieved, depending on what you're concentrating on. Like education is not something that you see immediately, but there are certain milestones that you can actually measure. So I think there's huge amount of commonality, and I think that's what helps for people like us to be on both, you know, or to be involved with both. It's the skills that we bring at business that we can bring to the NGO.
My experience is that for me, since I've retired, I am thriving, feeling young, and my life is very meaningful thanks to philanthropy.
For me, in my philanthropic journey, I have received far, far more in every which way than I think probably I have given.